Hey everybody, Aly Dal Santo here, and hope everyone is doing well and having an amazing weekend so far. Okay guys, I'm going to take you through step by step how to create a Facebook group. Okay, now if you have watched the very first training in the fundamentals, one of the 7 key principles is creating a central hub. Okay, so it's really important that you guys, if you haven't yet created a group, right, that this is something that you really consider and start to put into place so that you can bring your prospects, your people into, and it's kind of like an incubator where you are going to deliver content, information, value, motivation, and also then put your business opportunity in front of people, okay? Some of you may not know that Facebook doesn't actually like you to sell from your personal page, okay? So he doesn't want you to pitching and selling your products all over your page, and you actually can run the risk of being shut down. And I've heard of many people that have had their accounts shut down because they're selling from their personal page, okay? Facebook does not want to use your personal page for business purposes, okay? It's for socializing and connecting with people. So you actually need to have a business fan page, right, if you're running Facebook ads too, or a group, okay, which is a community, a group of people where then you can do some selling within that. So when you come into your profile and sign in as normal, you come up here to the bottom button that says create, okay? And we want to go down to create a group. And it's really straightforward, guys, the whole process, all right? So you need to come in and give your group a name, okay, and you can actually go back and change this later on. I think it's only when you get to a certain amount of people in your group, maybe 5,000, that you can't actually change the name of your group, okay, but it will go through approval. So you can start to add some people straight away, or you can just leave that, and then you want to decide if you're going to have it as a private group, okay, or a public group. And it says here, public is anyone can see who is in the group and what they post. Private, only members can see who's in the group and what they post. I recommend that you put private so that only people within that group can see that information, okay? And then do you want it to be visible or hidden, okay? So a hidden group means if people do a search, they won't be able to find you unless they're in the group, or if it's visible. And I recommend visible because people might come across you in some sort of search on Facebook, okay? So we're going to go ahead and create that group. And it's really, guys, a step-by-step process, okay? So what they want you to do is to upload a cover photo, okay? Now, when we have a Facebook group cover, it's actually the dimensions of it are a little bit different to your personal profile, okay? So the dimensions of it, I'll put it actually in, I'll edit the description so you've got these. It is 1640 by 856, okay? So when you go into Canva, all right, you can actually create a specific dimension, right? Put in those dimensions so that you can create a cover banner, all right, specific to a group. Because if you use just a normal template in a different size, and once you pop it in here, the photo, you're going to find that it's actually, it won't fit, okay? So I will put those, I will put the dimensions in the description. So it's just a matter of you going to your pictures, okay, and finding your cover photo once you've created it, and then just popping it in there, okay? So for now, let me just see if I can find mine. I'll just chuck this in here for now, okay? But you want to have, you know, your group name in here. Facebook's not letting me share my different screens at the moment today, guys. I'm not really sure why, because I would actually go in and show you a real example in my group as well, okay? But once you've got it in here, like, you can drag to reposition it. I would recommend, you know, having your picture and then having the name of your group up here, what it's about, all right, and then having a little button that says like join my group, okay? But I'm not going to go into too much detail with this training today because you guys can have a play around with that. And I would just have a look at what other people have got in their groups. Have a look in the AMP group and see what they've got on their cover banner, and you're kind of just going to replicate something like that, okay? So you are going to save that from there, Okay, then what you can do here is, if we go to more, we really want to take care of the settings in the group. Okay, so it's really important to go through this. Okay, so if you wanted to change the name, this is where you would go into settings, and you can change that and I'll approve it. So you can go into here for the group type. Okay, and there's a few different topics and stuff that you can choose from. So if you're promoting AMP, all right, you might go into, call it a social learning one. Okay, buy and sell general. So you don't have to pick these, all right, but you can just pick, choose one that's applicable to you. So then the landing tab, all right, is going to be whichever tab, when people first come into your group, what's going to come up, what they're going to see the first time they come in. And I would recommend discussions, because you're going to put a pinned post in here, okay, where it's going to have a bit of an introduction and the first few steps of what people need to do when they join your group, okay? So I would keep it in discussion, all right? Then you need to put a bit of a description, okay? So whatever your group is about, if it's health and wellness, okay, if it's about beauty, anti-aging, travel, okay, put in a bit of a description. And this will actually pop up to when people are going to request to join your group. This description will come up so people can see a brief overview of what your group's about before they actually jump in there. I'm just going to quickly put one in here. Okay, but you want to put it nice and detailed in here and give people specifically what you're about. Your group should not be all about selling, okay? So you don't want to have like a swap meet of just all of your products, bang, 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 showing, okay? We've got to educate people, we've got to give value, we've got to give motivation, okay? So you don't want to just bring people into your group and they're going to look at it and think, oh, she just wants to sell me, or he just wants to sell me, okay? You want to be educating and providing value, and this will all make sense once you start going through all of the training in the back office, okay? So and then you kind of don't feel so bad inviting people into your group, okay, because you're going to say to them, look, I've just shared value, I give away free recipes, I've got a free meal plan in there, I teach people about the keto diet. So someone that's never heard of ketosis, okay, you say, well, I've got a group that kind of has some training and some education in there if you want to join it. So you're bringing people into this space to give them more knowledge and education about what you do, okay? I don't typically put in a location. Tags here could be, so running AMP, I would be putting in tags like people that are very similar, like Eric Worre, okay, Fraser Brooks, or just put in network, ninja, there we go. Okay, Ray Higdon. All right, so these are going to be kind of linking to your group when people are searching for these people. Your group's going to pop up. So you need to think of gurus in your industry or related topics, I guess, to do with your company or your product, and you can put these as tags in there, okay? If you don't have apps, right, associated with your business, you don't need to add those in, okay? You can link your business page to this group. All right, you don't have to, you can leave it unlinked, and you can even change the colors as well. All right, so you will notice that up here in the search bar, okay, you've got a whole lot of digits here for your group, okay? So you actually want to go in and customize your group, okay? So usually it would be the name of your group. So I put test account for here. Okay, and then what it'll do, if it's already assigned, okay, it'll ask you to choose a different one, okay? So you just got to fiddle around until you find a name that actually allows you to have it, because you can't double up, obviously, but you want to try and get rid of all of those numbers, okay, with your group. All right, and give it as close to your group name as you can. So you can notice here that once you have more than 5,000 members, you won't be able to customize your address again. So you can go in and change this address and the name of your group until you hit 5,000 friends. So I'm going to hit customize address. All right, so then that's going to be my new URL, okay? So you can go in here and you can change your group if you want to from the very start. You know how we choose private or public group. So later on, if you want to switch it around, then you can go and change it here. And same with that visibility as well, okay? You might want to have some badges. So I don't know if you've been in groups, okay, and you want to include, you know, people that are founding members within your group. They can actually earn a badge. So these are one of the first few members that are in here. I believe that you can also do, you know, the most active people. I don't know if you're in groups yourselves and you're contributing and you kind of get a badge for being the top members and stuff like that. So you can sort of reward people. You might even have prizes for people as well that are interacting the most, okay? I don't typically change the post topics too, all right? It just says organize posts by adding topics relevant to them. So I just kind of leave that ticked as it is. You can add in social learning units. So if you've got special trainings and things like that that you want people to go through when they first come into your group, then you can add in units, okay? So I've got 5 trainings that I want people to do when they come into my group, which is all to do with Facebook engagement. And so I've got these in the unit section there. But like I said, you can add these as you go. Okay, so membership approval. Do you want anyone in the group to approve new members coming in or only the admins and moderators? Definitely you want to have control over that, so you want to be switching that over to you as an admin, okay? Then I leave this one here, okay, because you don't want anyone pre-approved, all right? You want to be going through and doing those. Then you need to be asking people questions when they come into your group. You can ask up to 3 questions and only the admins and moderators will be able to see the answers, okay? So definitely make use of this, guys, okay? So I would be going through and so you can have multiple choice, check boxes, or a written answer, okay? So, and you can change it up for each question. So it might be, okay, say if you're promoting AMP itself, okay? So, tell me briefly, what are your goals for your own business? All right, so you might be, okay, what are people wanting to achieve? What are their goals in their business? Okay, because these are questions you're going to ask people anyway in Messenger. You can go back and change these later on. And then you might be, another question could be, say, what specific training? All right, so what further training are they needed? So maybe they're wanting to training on closing, generating leads, okay? So, and then I would definitely be asking the question as, please supply an email address. So you're growing your list. If you want to be sent more value training. All right, cool. So there's some examples of 3 questions you can do. So you need to be quite clever with the types of messages, thinking about growing your list by grabbing an email, okay, and then trying to find a little bit more about the people that are coming into your group, okay. Now, you do want to create some rules for your group, and what I recommend is just borrowing some rules that are in other groups that you're in, okay, and it might be, you know, you don't want any negativity. They will have, I think, some custom rules already for you, all right, some examples here. So you just need to go through the process of getting started here and adding in your group rules, depending on how you want your group to work, okay? So that's going to be specific to each person, okay? And these are just common ones, you know, being kind, right? We don't want to be bullying, no spamming. You definitely don't want people in your group spamming, okay? And trying to pitch their business, okay? So you don't want them to leverage your group like that. Cool. So I will leave this part for you guys to have a look and work out. But yeah, just go and see what other groups groups have that you are in, okay, and you can use that as a bit of a guide with what you're doing. Cool. All right, so let's just go back a couple of spots to where we were. Okay, so posting permissions. Okay, you want to make sure that you get to approve all the posts that go up into your group, okay, because you will have people that come in there and want to spam. I've had it before, but I've had it set up that I need to approve it first before it goes public into the group so that you have control of what's being posted in there. So definitely click admins only, okay? And then here, post approval, all group posts must be approved by an admin or moderator, and you want to tick that as well, definitely, okay? Oh, sorry, this one is anyone in the group. So anyone can post in the group, but then you want to approve it, sorry. Okay, so yes, you want to allow people to interact in the group, but then you are going to approve it before it goes live and public in there. Cool? All right, I hope this is making sense. It might be something that you'll need to go back and watch and sort of pause and everything as you go. So they're all saved and ready to go. Okay, so these are your tabs on the side within your group. Okay, so you'll be able to click on here and see which members are in there. You'll be able to go and add some units. So if you've got specific videos, trainings, PDFs and stuff that you want people to look over, you can direct them to that. It's kind of like having a files section. Okay, you know, on your desktop when you've got files and you can organize your files, that's what the units is all about. So it's really great because it's one location of finding useful and important information. This discussion part is just your page. Okay, so it's like a feed for your group. Okay, so what you want to do is, first thing is go in and do a welcome post. Okay, so in here, you want to say welcome to the community and maybe give a little bit of a brief intro about yourself. I'd recommend even doing a welcome video. Okay, and then in here, you really want to do step-by-step, okay, instructions of what people now need to do that they are once they're in your group. And in fact, I'm going to show you my pinned post. Okay. All right. So this is it's in my announcements. So what I did was I pinned it to the top. So it's the first one that people see. I've got people welcome to my community. I've got a bit of a intro of what this group is about. Then I've got steps of what I want them to do. Number one, make a post introducing themselves. Number two, watch my free 4-part attraction marketing code blueprint, which is just the training branded in the back office, and I've got a link directly to that. Okay, and also this is a great way to capture people's emails once they go and watch this training here. Okay, one of my lead magnets to get people into my group is actually offering them this free 4-part training. So that is why I pinned it into my pinned post, okay? Then I've also got attend the weekly webinars, okay? So if people want to come along and watch the free trainings that are on Thursday night, I've got my webinar registration link, okay? You could probably put your companies, if you have meetups every single week, okay? You can put that in there. And then I've also got earn what you learn to explode your business, okay? And I've got a landing page, okay? Actually, no, it's a YouTube video that I made, sorry, on AMP, the back office, and also the Facebook group. So you could have something else in here, okay? Or you might just have 3 points, whatever it might be. And then a picture. And I'm actually going to change this picture here into a video. It's on my to-do list, okay? So this is just a bit of an idea of what you would have in your pinned post, all right? So I am probably going to finish up this training here now, guys, okay, because this is just the absolute basics of what you need to do when you are setting up your Facebook group, okay? So you've got your name, you've got a nice cover banner here, all right? My cover photo is congruent with what is in my page, okay, on my personal page. And then I've got what I'm actually doing in the group here, okay. You've got, this is where my units are, so people can go straight into the unit section here. I've actually linked up my fan page to this as well. And then you have access to all the people that are in your group here as well, okay. So yeah, if there are any questions about setting up the group, pop them down in the comment section below, guys. But I really hope this helped, and I recommend that you start to get your group set up. Even if you aren't inviting people to it, set it up, okay, get all the settings right, start to season your group with content and information, and then everyone that you're speaking to, it doesn't hurt to mention that you have a Facebook group, a Facebook community, okay, where you are just sharing and educating people in here, okay? Cool. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and look forward to doing some more training with you.